Whenever you want to create a better composition in an image, or if you just want to trim away portions of an image that you no longer need or want to see, you would choose to crop that part of the image away. Now what we can do is choose the rectangular marquee tool as well as the crop tool to achieve this result. Now what I'm going to do here is grab the rectangular marquee tool, and the reason I suggest the rectangular marquee is because 9 times out of 10 you want to put this image in some kind of frame, but you can also crop with the ellipse tool. For example, I can go ahead and grab this and move it into position, and then I can go to the image menu and I can choose to crop. And it's still going to crop to the boundaries of the tool, but you see that you're not going to get a circular crop. So that's the reason I wanted to talk about the rectangular marquee instead. So I'm going to go ahead and step backwards on that, and I'll deselect that by pressing Command or Control D. Now I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee tool, and once again I'm going to just draw out a boundary, and sometimes I make it a little larger so I can put my mouse in the middle here and move it to where I think will look, well, pretty good. So I'm going to crop here. So I'm going to go to Image, Crop. And once again, the data is thrown away, and now I have an image that I can print out and put into a frame or whatever I like. Now I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to once again press Command or Control D to deselect. This time let's use the actual crop tool. And the crop tool works in the same way, except for we have some more options. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And I'm going to hold the space bar down so I can pan this image, and I'm going to draw a boundary with my crop tool. And you'll notice that with the crop tool I have these handles, and what I can do, let me turn the perspective over, we're going to talk about perspective later. I can move the boundary or the shield, which is out here, of the crop until I'm happy with it. Now that's something you can't do with the marquee tool, so I suggest you use the crop tool instead. And what you can do is you can rearrange this until you find something that you're happy with. Something like that might be good for a very long frame. And you can also change the shield color. You can hide the shield. So I can click on the swatch here and choose a different color for the shield. It doesn't really matter. It's just how you want to see the image, and you might want to just have something less harsh. You can also change the opacity of the shield. And when you're happy with your cropped region, what you can do is double click, and now you've cropped your image. Let's go ahead and undo that by pressing Command or Control Z. I can also do the same thing over here, so I can crop something. And what I can do is double click, and then here's a little trick for you. What you could do is go to File, Save As, not Save, Save As. Very important. If you save this, that image is gone. You're done with that. So Save As and name this as Bob and Judy, for example, or whatever the names are. And then go back to Undo Crop, right? So you're going to undo, and you can also step backwards to get your image back, and then crop these two out, double click, and Save As, Ed and Barbie. And then once you save those, you can once again go to Undo Crop, right? And then you can step backwards, and then you have created 2 separate images from one image. That's a little trick I use all the time when I'm trying to create different images from one. So once again, the crop tool, very handy. Don't forget, if you're going to try to chop this up into little pieces and have different images from this, don't choose Save. Always choose Save As, and then name the new image that you cropped something else.